is cooking today in the wide-eyed way. We're cooking stir-fry today. Now I was cooking, I cooked roast pork yesterday and I'm going to use the leftovers today. So it's such a quick and easy meal. Yes, you've got a bit of prep. The nutrition level is off the chart. It's really fantastic and it's really simple. You know, yeah, you've got to do a bit of prep, but that is what you need to be doing. You need to be in charge of all the ingredients and really celebrate your body and say, I'm putting the best in. I'm definitely putting the best in. Okay, so I've already, here's what I did earlier. I've already chopped up the spring onions, onion, cooked pork, and I've put some frozen jalapeno peppers, so the diced version that you can buy from most supermarkets, and chopped up frozen diced garlic. So the brilliant thing about those two ingredients is they sit in the freezer and you don't waste them. I mean, I've bought chilies in the past and then you go to use them and you're like, oh, that's gone off. Okay, and there's spring onions. Did I already say that? Anyway, the onions, cooked pork, and the garlic and chili. So that's all in. Chili is obviously optional. I'm not a big spicy food fan, so just put a little bit in just for the excellent flavour of it. So now we're just going to go through the green leafy vegetable, and spring greens are so brilliant. They're really dark. They've got so many nutrients in, and the brilliant thing about dark green leafy vegetables is that they have every colour of the antioxidant spectrum in them. You know how people talk about eating the rainbow? You're eating the rainbow when you eat a green leafy veg. So spring greens, kale, watercress, spinach, trying to think of something else, rocket. These are all really brilliant, excellent, fantastic for you veg, and they need to have their nutrition unlocked with fat. So I'm going to use the reserved fat that I skimmed off the cooking, what do you call it? The oven dish that the pork cooked in. I took out the fat and I put that in a cup, and that's in the fridge. So I'm going to use that. Again, we're using every part of it so that we can cut costs. And then you don't have to be pouring in olive oil or, you know, whatever you like to cook in. So with the green leafy vegetables, because we want this to cook fast and we don't want to be faffing about with trying to cook the stems of the greens, we're going to cut that bit away. And to be honest, that's not got a lot of nutrition in it. We want the green stuff. So I'm going to just I'm just going to cut round that stem and get ut of it. It takes ages to cook and you'll end up with really crunchy bits, which isn't that pleasant. I'm going to cut that into strips, put all the strips together, and I'm going to cut it into sort of squares so you end up with sort of pieces that size. Okay, and another top tip, put it in your salad spinner. So something you'd use for lettuce, and instead of trying to wash your greens under the tap or in the sink bowl, you put it into your salad spinner, rinse it off and pour the water away. And also it's nice and dry when you go to put it into the wok. Okay, and you can do this in a frying pan, it doesn't need to be in special equipment. So that's all I'm doing, just getting rid of the... I'm going to use a whole packet of greens anywhere between 49p and how much am I looking at here? Greens, these ones were Tesco's and these were 79p. But they are a cheap source of nutrition, and that fat is going to unlock all those brilliant vitamins and minerals. So I'll just keep going with that, and I'll fill that up and wash those up. Then I'll put some fat in this pan, pop it on the hob and cook it over a fairly high heat. So my hob goes to 9 and I'll probably have it on 8. And you'll get it really frying nicely. You do this bit first, the greens comes a little way in. So say 3 or 4 minutes, just cooking that so it's really starting, the onions are starting to get translucent. Then you're going to add in, to your taste, some Chinese 5-spice, and I really like the grape tree Chinese 5-spice. It's just got a really nice flavour. So you sprinkle that over, really stir it in, and you put some gluten-free soy sauce. Gluten-free, really important. You don't want glutinous soy sauce, just messes with your digestive system. So some gluten-free soy sauce, just a little, so it kind of steaming the pork. It's kind of liquefying the Chinese 5-spice, and then you're adding all of your greens. So you chuck that in the pan, really give it a stir. You need to cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes. They really break down, and then you're stirring it constantly so it doesn't burn on the bottom. And then for an extra nutritional value, flavour profile, and so that we get everything we need for the day, I'm going to put 2 beaten eggs in there as well. And so they're going to get all mixed in, make sure that's cooked well, and then you're serving it. Maximum you're going to be frying this for is 10 minutes. And 10 minutes on the hob is 9 pence. So in energy costs, it is a fantastically energy efficient meal. Brilliant. The whole thing, including the pork, because I've kind of worked out that I had about a third of that pork left over, including the pork, worked out as £3.74, and this will again feed 3 to 4 people. Or you put it to one side. You can keep it in the fridge. I don't recommend you freeze this one. It doesn't freeze terribly well. But having said that, give it a go. You're certainly not going to give yourself food poisoning as long as you make sure you reheat. Anything you reheat needs to go above 83 degrees, okay? And you keep it warm at 65 degrees, but it has to be cooked past that level so that you don't get anything nasty in there. All right, so that is a really quick, efficient meal. We've used all the stuff from our Sunday roast. By the way, you could use chicken, cooked chicken, or you could use cooked duck, really anything you've got to hand. Beef would work. Not so sure about lamb, who knows. Leave me comments below this video, and hopefully that's been really helpful. And I've just realised that my phone has just done a notification, and that's come out on the video as well. Note to self, make sure it's on silent next time. Have a great evening, remember to keep yourselves nourished, and treat yourself to a bigger slice of life. Thanks, bye!